Hey guys, welcome back to our channel, where history comes alive. Today we're going to take you on an incredible journey back in time to an era that laid the foundation for ancient India. But before we begin, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more exciting adventures through history. Chandragupta Maurya, the founder of the dynasty, and the legendary Chanukya, the mastermind strategist who guides Chandragupta towards greatness. Together, they will change the course of Indian history forever. But before their rise, India was a land of small kingdoms. The mighty Nanda Empire ruled from Magadha, but they were known for their heavy taxes and oppressive rule. Enter Chandragupta Maurya, a young man from a small village who dreams of more than his current life situation. One day he crosses paths with the wise and brilliant Chanukya, who recognizes Chandragupta's potential and takes him under his wing. Chanukya trains Chandragupta in the arts of politics, warfare, and diplomacy. He teaches Chandragupta how to lead men, how to win battles, and how to govern a kingdom. Under Chanukya's guidance, Chandragupta hones his skills, learning everything he needs to become a great emperor. With Chanukya's guidance, Chandragupta assembles a coalition of allies, including the merchant Mahatma, the ruler of Kashi, and the ruler of Vatsa. Together, they confront the Nandas, aiming to overthrow their tyrannical rule and establish a new order in India. The coalition marches towards the Nanda capital, engaging in fierce battles against the mighty Nanda army. By Chanukya's strategic brilliance and Chandragupta's martial prowess, they overcome every obstacle. Finally, after a hard-fought campaign, the coalition triumphs, ending the Nanda dynasty and ushering in a new era of rule under Chandragupta. With the help of his loyal advisors and newfound allies, Chandragupta establishes the Maurya Dynasty, setting the stage for a golden age in Indian history. The capital city of Pataliputra becomes a hub of trade and cultural exchange, attracting merchants and scholars from across the known world. Under Chandragupta's rule, the empire flourishes. Prosperity spreads across the land, and the Maurya cement their legacy as the first great empire of ancient India. Ashoka, Chandragupta's son, ascends to the throne and continues his father's legacy. Bindusara, however, adopts a more expansionist approach, extending the empire's borders further south into the Deccan Plateau. His reign marks a period of stability and growth, laying the groundwork for the empire's future conquests. The stage is set for the most pivotal moment in Maurya history, the reign of the enigmatic Ashoka the Great. In the early years of his rule, Ashoka proves to be a ruthless and ambitious conqueror. His armies embark on several military campaigns, expanding the empire's reach and asserting his supremacy over neighboring kingdoms. One of his most significant victories is the Kalinga War, where his forces face stiff resistance from the kingdom of Kalinga. However, despite the military success, Ashoka is deeply affected by the bloodshed and destruction caused by the war. It becomes a turning point in his life, leading him to abandon his violent ways and embrace the principles of Buddhism. Touched by compassion, Ashoka renounces war, choosing instead to rule with justice, fairness, and peace. He issues edicts promoting dharma, a concept that encompasses moral and ethical values. His focus shifts from conquest to the welfare of his subjects, aiming to create a society based on righteousness and nonviolence. Under Ashoka's enlightened rule, the empire flourishes, enjoying a golden age of peace and prosperity. He establishes a network of officials known as Dharma Mahasamats to ensure the well-being of his subjects and uphold his moral code. These officials travel throughout the empire, spreading messages of peace, resolving disputes, and providing guidance to those in need. They serve as the emperor's eyes and ears, ensuring that his edicts are carried out effectively. Ashoka's commitment to peace extends beyond his own borders. He becomes a patron of Buddhism, sending missionaries to spread its teachings far and wide. Among them is the renowned monk Majestheme, Bodhi, who travels to Sri Lanka, Central Asia, and Greece, introducing Buddhism to new audiences and fostering cultural exchange between India and the wider world. But how does Ashoka keep such a massive empire united? He develops an efficient system of administration and appoints qualified officials to manage various aspects of the kingdom. The empire is divided into provinces. It's governed by a governor responsible for collecting taxes, maintaining law and order, and ensuring the well-being of the people. To facilitate communication and trade, Ashoka builds an extensive network of roads and rest houses. It's making travel safer and more convenient for merchants and travelers alike. His efforts to promote trade and industry lead to the establishment of vibrant markets and workshops, stimulating economic growth and prosperity. Recognizing the importance of agriculture, he implements irrigation projects and encourages the use of new farming techniques, boosting food production and alleviating famines. His policies aim to ensure that the land is cultivated and the people are well nourished. But what happens after Ashoka's death? Fortunately, the empire he built doesn't survive his passing. After Ashoka's death in 232 BCE, a series of weak and ineffective rulers take the throne. The empire is plagued by internal conflicts and rebellions, causing it to gradually disintegrate. By 185 BCE, the last Maurya ruler, Brihadratha, is assassinated by his own general Pushyamitra Shunga, marking the end of the dynasty. But wait, before we say goodbye, let's talk about the lasting impact of the Mauryas. Despite their relatively short rule, the Mauryas leave an indelible mark on Indian history and culture. Their contributions to governance, trade, and the arts continue to influence Indian society long after their empire falls. One of their most enduring legacies is the promotion of Buddhism, which spreads from India to other parts of Asia during this period. The Mauryas also laid the foundation for a strong sense of national identity, uniting much of the Indian subcontinent under a single rule and fostering cultural exchange among diverse regions. The Mauryan tradition of appointing qualified officials sets a precedent for future Indian kingdoms, influencing the development of civil service and administration. Their emphasis on agriculture and trade helps stimulate economic growth and prosperity, contributing to the overall development of Indian society. Finally, the Mauryas leave behind an impressive body of art and architecture, including the iconic lion capital of Ashoka, which becomes a symbol of India's cultural heritage. Their contributions to literature, science, and philosophy also enrich the intellectual landscape of ancient India. Now it's time to add your voice to the conversation. What did you find most fascinating about the Maurya dynasty? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. We'd love to hear your perspective on this amazing chapter of ancient Indian history. And if you enjoyed this adventure through time, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more exciting historical journeys. Thanks for joining us today, and be sure to tune in next time for another exciting episode. Till then, stay curious, keep exploring, and remember that history is always waiting to be discovered. Here are some other videos that we think you might enjoy.